Hi guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to the AskGolfNut channel and welcome to Cobra DS Adapt Iron Review. This takes over from the Dark Speed, although if Cobra do the same thing they did with the Dark Speed and run it alongside the Aerojet, the DS Adapt could actually run alongside the Dark Speed in their range. There is plenty of technology in this iron, so we'll go over it very quickly before we go into the simulator and see how well it performs. As you can see on the screen, we've got a 360 speed shell that's for optimizing weight forward, center of gravity for optimal speed and low spin creation. This golf club very much so is for distance and some more distance, ball speed creation. Everything is surrounded around trying to get that golf ball going as fast as it possibly can do. We have a hot face, HOT, machine learning. Now that might be another word for AI, that doesn't say it, but machine learning. 15 hot spots, maximum speed across the face. Everything talks about variable face thickness, etc. When it comes to forgiveness, guys, I will be doing my full forgiveness testing where I create a heat map, see how well this golf club works from different parts of the face and where it's forgiving off the face. We will measure efficiency drop off when you don't hit the middle. We have an updated power bridge, larger footprint, higher trajectory, increased stability. That is all down to the club head to try and keep stability within the club head at strike point. And we have a foam insert. We have microspheres, and I think it's 924D from a different slide, which I might be able to show you. And that's basically to cushion and make it sound a bit better. This is a hollow body design, so of course anything hollow bodied will make potentially a big lot of noise, and so that 924D microsphere foam in there is trying to quieten the old girl down. I will be doing this test at my normal 90 mile an hour or so speed, but when it comes to the speed testing, guys, I will be testing at 70, 80 and also 90 miles an hour to see how well it works when you don't swing at 90 miles an hour. Right, let's go see, hit it into a green, let's go see how the DS Adapt gets on. I'm at a hole 200 yards away. It's a par 3, but it is 8 or 9 yards or so downhill, so around about the 190 yards in total. Remember, this is a 27° 7 iron. It is rather strong, but everything in the technology says about this golf club, go far, go far, go far. Right, before we give it a hit, let's go have a look at what it looks like. Top line is, I would say, medium. It is chamfered at the back, so it doesn't look as big as it actually is. Sole thickness, a medium-ish side. It is on the larger side, of course. We are talking about game improvement irons, but it is by no means a massive sole. Blade lengths are pretty darn decent. Considering this is a game improvement iron, this does look a fairly nice looking golf club. Down by the golf ball, we do have a certain amount of offset there, as you can see, but it's by no means offensive, and it is something that absolutely a lot of people are going to like. Right, let's go give it a hit. I've got a poorly knee, so you'll be able to see my setup is a little bit different to normal. I've got to protect that because I've got lots and lots of other golf clubs with 2025 releases coming very soon, so if you haven't already, make sure you get down there, subscribe, get the old notification bell on so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. As you can see, my left leg is splayed out, ready to hit this one. Let's go see how it feels. Yep, that's first toe of the day. Not bad though. I won't complain. That's carried on the green. Oh my word. Wowzers, this is powerful. Clubhead speed 91.6 miles an hour. Wow, maybe I should flare my feet out more often. Club path 1.7 from the inside and face to path is 0, so absolutely square on. Strike is not great, 10 mil toe. Again, I suppose this is a game improvement iron, and you're gonna need to know if it's gonna work from weird and wonderful ones. 10 mil is not that bad, but we'll go test that a little bit later on. We have peak height of 36 yards in the air and a descent angle of 47.3 degrees. So even at a carry of 186 yards, that is coming in way past the 45-degree mark, and that is stopping. And 186 yards, that is only a few yards really away from my 5-iron. Feel-wise is rather explosive. There's one heck of a, not saying noise, it's not like ear-piercing loud, but it is a very distinctive tone. It doesn't half give you a confidence-inspiring, like it's a fire, it's like a gun going off. I'm gonna give that another go. 91.6 miles an hour, my first one. That's not too bad. Flared foot again. Wow. 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 Wow, that makes a heck of a noise. Like, wow, how far has that gone? Yeah, fair old way, 92.3 mile an hour clubhead speed. Path is good, face is good, fractionally higher on the face, that's all, but I mean, it's 191 yards of carry. 36 yards in the air, 46 degrees descent angle. Wow, that is like a proper rocket. I mean, that's kind of I like that. Long iron wise, absolutely, because at one point you do have to transfer from whatever you like in your irons to something like a fairy wood or a hybrid, because again, they are hollow, they are going to make a different sound. So at one point you do transfer over. 4 iron on this is something like 19 degrees, which is very similar to my 3 hybrid. So if I was thinking of something like that, absolutely, that could be a driving iron because it is just addictive. I'm going to be hitting this toe, heel and low all over the face to see how well it works from not quite right strikes. And I'll put them in my normal heat map so you can visually see how this golf club is forgiving and what areas it's forgiving from. And I'll also be testing this at 70, 80 and 90 miles an hour because we all don't swing at, wow, 92 or so miles an hour there. I am fully warmed up. Let's see if we can have a half decent strike, shall we? And another toe. No, I've got the toes today, especially with my leg splayed out like that, but look at that. Making the carry. Wowzers. That's a rocket. Club path, face to path, all good. Look at the strike. That's half an inch away from middle. Half an inch away from middle, and it's done really well. 187 yards of carry from there. 36 yards in the air, 48 degrees descent angle, rounded up. That's stopping even from half an inch. I mean, that's a really poor hit. I could feel it straight away, but it just makes no difference. It is a really, really springy, confidence inspiring whack off the face. Like, it's addictive. It really is addictive. One last hit, then I'm gonna go see how it looks from 3 different swing speeds, hit all over the face. Let's go see, heat map wise, how good it is. Right, last one, splay the feet as normal, protect the knee. And again, as normal, toe strike, worst of the lot. Is it gonna make the carry? Oh, just, and it's on the green. Oh my word. Club path 1 from the inside, face is basically 0, but as you can see, 13 mil toe, 3 mil high, not the greatest of strikes whatsoever. Absolutely, we're having a toey day. But then again, that might be the result of what I'm doing with my knee, protecting against that. 35 yards in the air, 46.5 degrees descent angle, 186, carrying well, carrying consistently well as well, even though they are not the most ideal strikes. Right, yes, interesting golf club. Very, very game improvement inspired. One heck of a noise coming off of this. It's not like ear-piercingly loud at all, but it is just addictively poppy, explosive. It's just great. So let's go hit this a load of times all over the face, not just toe, low and also heel. See how forgiving it is in my normal heat map style. And then also get hit at 70, 80 and 90 miles an hour. Let's go see how well the Cobra DS Adapt Iron gets on. The information you can see on the screen is the information from 3 different swing speeds that I've captured. We've got the ball data on top and we have got the club head data underneath. We'll look at the club head data in a second just to make sure everything is apples to apples testing. But the top, the ball data, we've got the red, which is 70 miles an hour, the yellow, which is 80 miles an hour, and the blue, which is 90 miles an hour. We'll go straight away and do the red first. If you look at the carry, 142 yards. That's a mighty good distance for a 70 mile an hour golf swing. However, it is going peak height 21 yards in the air and descent angle at 37.5. Now, generally speaking, I always love to see a golf ball going at 45 degrees or more, but as soon as you start taking speed away, that becomes progressively more difficult. But I always would like to see a golf ball go in over 40 degrees. Anything between 40 and 45 degrees, that's going to come into a green and have some modicum of control. When it comes to going in sub 40 degrees, or in the 30s, in this case 37.5, it is going to be the lap of the gods. When that golf ball hits the green, is it going to stop or not? Generally speaking, unless you're playing on a swamp or an exceptionally soft green, 37.5 degrees is just not going to do it. And of course, that's going to skip out the back. Now, of course, you then have to then change your approach. You then have to change how you're doing things, and you have to potentially think about running it in. Golf course designers plant things like bunkers and stuff in the way at the front of the green to stop you doing that, and so it can absolutely have an adverse effect on your scoring. So we need that number to be 40 degrees, and so 7 iron on this 27 degree iron necessarily doesn't work. You'd have to go to the 8 iron. Yes, you're going to lose a little bit of distance, of course, but you're going to gain peak height and gain that control back into a green. And then when you're 7 iron, I'd be looking at some form of hybrid, very, very high lofted fairway with something like that. If you go to 80 miles an hour, a very, very common swing speed, 166 yards of carry, peaking up now 29 yards in the air and 44 degrees descent angle. That is stopping on any green. You haven't got to worry about that whatsoever. Would I have the conversation about the 6 iron? Possibly so, yes. We're looking at then probably around about 41 and a half degrees. On a descent angle, still the right side of 40. These are decent shots, remember, so of course if you miss-hit these, you're going to have to take into account that they are not going to go in at the same height. But generally speaking, pretty darn decent, and that would work. Absolutely, have the conversation with a 6. If you go to full-on 90 miles an hour, the blue, you've got a carry of 184, which is absolutely fine. Peaking height of 40 yards in the air, and we have a descent angle of 49.3. Of course, at that kind of descent angle, 7 irons no problem, 6 irons no problem, 5 irons probably no problem. When I go to a 4 iron though, the 4 iron is 19 degrees. That is a proper driving iron. And so that'll be up to you and your fitter to have that conversation. Let's go have a look at the clubhead data very quickly. We've got a clubhead speed of 70.5, 80.4, 90.3, so within 0.2 of a mile an hour. There is your 10 mile an hour differences between them. We have an efficiency of 1.41, 1.40, 1.39. That is a common pattern of losing a fraction of efficiency as you speed up. Attack angles within 0.6 of a degree, club paths within 1.5 degrees or so, and face to path is within a small-ish amount. I'm slightly a bit more open on the 90 mile an hour swings. But we've got loft of 24.3, 25.5, 25.4, so within 1 degree, 1.2 degrees of all 3 data sets at 3 different swing speeds, so within reason. Very, very similar. If we want to be absolutely completely open and honest, and if we were to add a degree of loft to the 70 miles an hour, the chances are it'd go up to maybe 22 yards in the air, and descent angle might go up to about 38.5 degrees or so, but it is still going to be under the 40. So all the information I said about the 70 miles an hour is still true. And of course, we've got strike on there as well. If you're someone who likes the graphical representation of all the information that we literally just been speaking about, that on the screen is the ball and club compare screen. You can, if you want to, you can freeze it, pick it apart, and then carry on at your will. So the all-important forgiveness, this golf club, absolutely, they talk about ball speed across the face, they talk about HOT, they talk about variable face thickness, 15 different hotspots, all these different things. So I have hit this golf club from not just the toe today, I'm having a very toey day, but I've hit it from low and also heel, random spots around the face, and I've put it into the heat map calculator to see how forgiving this golf club is. On the screen you can see we've got the heat map, and at the very top we've got 0 all the way to plus 22 on the left hand side and minus 22 on the right hand side. Minus 22 on the right hand side is the heel location, and the 22 on the left hand side is the toe location, and we're basically looking at it face on. And you've also got high and also low locations on there as well. We've got that blue line where is turf interaction line, so 5 or 6 millimeters. If you go beyond 5 or 6 millimeters above the 0 point, effectively you're going to be hitting the ground first. You have not got to worry about how good a golf club is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 millimeters or anything else like that when you're hitting the floor first. Hitting the floor first will take so much more speed out of your shot than anything to do with efficiency off of that part of the face. So please don't hit it behind the face. Low if you can, never high. But you can see just how good this golf club is. It is a pretty darn decent green blob, and it is a linear green blob. It radiates, is not specifically more helpful from the toe or specifically more helpful from low or heel. Very good linear green forgiveness circle. Now if you move all the way to 22 millimeters toe and 0 mil high, you can see we're losing around about 5%. That's 5% your ball speed that you are going to lose. This effectively is how much percentage you're losing per millimeter, and it is not bad at all, considering how fast that face is. And there's a commonality of this feature. The faster you try and make a golf club from the middle, the more difficult it is to control its consistency when you don't hit the middle. And so a lot of golf clubs in the past have purposely dumbed down the middle to try and make them more consistent. The problem is that makes them slow, and it doesn't make them particularly long. And so this is the problem about having, sometimes it's Rob and Peter to pay Paul. When it comes to the DS Adapt iron, it's trying to basically way off a balance between both of forgiveness and speed, and it's doing very, very well. How does that look like on an iron? So you can physically see here. Now I've got the heat map overlay mapped onto an iron head, so you can see how it works from its green to orange to red. Now, of course, if you look at that image there, you have got that red stripe, a vertical stripe right down on the heel. That is more to do with the hosel, because that is 20 millimeters or so, 21 millimeters. If you hit it any further closer to the heel than 21 millimeters, I can guarantee you haven't got to worry about how fast the face is. You have to worry about where that hosel is, because you will start interacting with the hosel. Missing out the heel, big no-no. But you can see, yeah, obviously if you're going to go over to way outside into the scoring lines end, yeah, you're going to definitely be red. But again, if you're going to hit it from over there, guys, wowzers. I think we need to worry about lessons and not have conversations about what kind of equipment you want. Why is that important? Well, we've got an overlay here that you can see when we put that information into a green. This is a mock par 3, 155 yards. So the green is 27 yards deep in total, and so an average of average. And you can see by put the bands on there that if you start mishitting the face and of course hitting the red zones of this golf club, which is firmly way outside the toe, you are going to not make the carry. And of course this one I've got water. I've got force carry of water in your golf club, guys. It could be bunkers or heather or anything else like that that is getting in the way that stops you from doing it. You can physically see there. If you're going to start hitting golf clubs from off the scoring lines, you are going to be in the drink. But commonly you can hit, generally speaking, a varied part of this golf club 22 millimeters away from middle on the toe, and you're still going to make the carry. So it is important that you understand how this golf club works. For the table that you can see on the top there, the top line is done in yards when it comes to the distance on the left hand side, no different to the one at the bottom, it's done in meters. But when we're looking at the percentage miss, you've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 8 and 10%. Again, that corresponds to the different numbers when it comes to the heat map grid. And of course the biggest number that we saw there was effectively 5% from the extreme toe, and you can be at 155 yards, you're going to leave yourself a 23-foot putt, which is not bad whatsoever. But you can see what happens as soon as you lose more than that. You're going to go 48, etc. And by looking at the image on the right hand side, you are firmly going to be in the drink. So the Cobra DS Adapt iron tries to blend a very interesting balance between speed and also forgiveness, and it does it very, very well. I'll be really interested to see the difference between this when I do a full compare against the old dark speed iron, to see how these two differ, because there is a slight difference in forgiveness between the two irons, and also difference when it comes to how it generates speed and spin and launch factor, etc. And it'll be interesting to see doing the comparison between that. But personally, I think that the Cobra DS Adapt iron for a game improvement iron is a fairly good looking iron. I did like the dark speed. I did like the fact that it was very, very dark looking. It's stealthy. Can't call it stealthy, but you kind of get the idea. It looked smaller because of the dark nature to its color, and no different to this one. This one has got a little bit more shine to it, but it is still down the dark approach of color. Feel wise, this golf club, I would say, possibly is one of the most fun golf clubs I have used, tested in a while, because of that strike, because of that feel of impact. It is just like a rocket going off. It is such an addictive, fun experience, just feeling that golf ball just want to explode off the face. It does give you that impression, that feeling that you're going to hit this golf ball at warp speed. It is brilliant and fun. A lot of golfers are going to have a lot of fun using these irons, absolutely. So when it comes to performance, I would say it does great. I mean, it is long. It is ridiculously long. It is designed to be long. When it comes to its forgiveness, it is pretty darn decent. I like the fact that it's fairly linear. This is absolutely going to suit a golfer that is going to have a myriad of hits. It's not specifically in one area or the other one. This is going to be more for the sprayer more than anyone who's concentrating in a certain area. When it comes to different swing speeds though, guys, I would be very aware when it comes to your custom fitting to make sure that you're being custom fit correctly. These are very strong irons, and so if you're a very slow swing speed golfer, be very aware of what the trajectory is going to be at your swing speed. And if you are sub, say 75 or so miles an hour, I'd be very wary of making sure you get the right composition and don't just agree with saying, oh yeah, we'll just have a 5 to pitching wedge, because you could very much so end up with a 5 and 6 iron that does absolutely nothing depending on your speed. So hope you liked the video. If you did, go on, give it a big old thumbs up, hit that like button. YouTube likes, so do I. Down there is a subscribe button. It's free. It is brilliant for the channel if you could subscribe, so thank you. And next to that is a bell icon, that's a notification bell. If you click that one, that'll let you know next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well. We'll see you again soon.